Way, hello, StreamYards. Come on, StreamYards. Come on, StreamYards. Are we live? Come on, come on, come on. Are we live? Zero. Come on, StreamYards. God, we are live. Way, hello, viewer. Today it is Wednesday, January 31, 2024. Can you believe it? The last day of January already. My God. I am Mr. Brune, and I trust you are all doing very well today. On this evening's live stream, we are discussing stuff that's been happening in the entertainment and on the social media, specifically, probably the last couple of days. It was a last couple of days where things happened in Hollywood, usually do, and it says here more bad stuff happened in real life, but I've cut myself off from the news, so God knows. Anyway, so if you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through. Shall we get the guests out? You know it. Let's do it. First, from a VPN far, far away, it is the golden reach around droid of choice, Zee-ThreePIO.
Good evening, Mr. Brown.
Good evening, Mr. Z. How are you?
I am very good, thank you.
How's Uncle Owen?
Oh, also very good.
How's Aunt
Aunt
Baru?
Baru. Well, she doesn't do much now. She just stands there in the corner taking pictures. I hope they don't end up on the Imperial Network.
Oh, that'd be very, very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
It most certainly would.
And on that bombshell, shall we get the next guest out?
Come on, let's go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I'm reading a script, but I've been told to miss the. I'm rambling. Okay, folks, all the way from Mongo City, I'm Boomerang. All hail, Emperor Goodwin.
Hail Ming.
Hello, how are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful. I am wondering if Uncle Owen is farming the moisture from Aunt Baru while she's taking those pictures of Z.
Well, the moisture is coming from somewhere.
Exactly. We have a new farm.
Are you good, Emperor?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
And on that bombshell, shall we get the next guest out?
Yes.
You talked me into it. You're very convincing. You should be in sales, Brent.
I wasn't aware this was a multiple choice question.
Exactly. Oh, damn, I would have studied.
Next, backbone of the channel. It is last minute, always steps in. Great boy, great droid, great everything. Professor Artoo.
Well, hello there.
Hello. How are you, my friend?
Oh, do you want to ask that question? You might get the same kind of answers Elmo did on Twitter this week. So that, I don't know. I'm doing fine.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And hello there, everybody. Hey there, Z. So nice to hear you talking about Aunt Baru. I haven't thought about her in ages. We used to have some good times together.
I mean, she may look rough, but she doesn't half scrub up nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And on that bombshell, shall we get the last guest out for the time being?
Yes, please.
Of course.
Okay, and last for the time being, but by no means least, he's the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. He's great mega geek himself. Ian David Diaz.
I'm eating chocolate at the moment. I'm eating Yorkie, which is not for girls. So there you go.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember that advert?
Sexist
Remember that advert?
Who would have thought?
I know.
Sexist. Jesus.
I heard them play the Palladium in '83.
Yorkies?
No, sexist chocolate.
Sexist chocolate.
Yeah.
And did you know that Flora is the margarine for men?
Absolutely. See?
I still eat Flora.
Absolutely.
And did you know that Gillette is the best a man can
And can get, yeah.
get.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Well,
power
it was.
racers don't get turned into communicators in the Star Wars franchise, do they?
And remember to boldly go where no man has gone before.
I'm offended, sir. Offended.
How dare you insist upon changes that were made some 30 some odd years ago when
Yes.
they introduced TNG?
I know.
No,
tell
but
me
it's
about it.
stunning and brave this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does Jedi stand for now?
Oh God, I just
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah,
that's
what
crazy.
video was that on?
I can't remember.
Oh, bollocks! Yeah.
Yeah, bollocks. It was something we all must watch because our cookies are very, very similar, so we all probably watch the same stuff.
Hmm.
And it was on a video. Whose video was it? I'm old and I can't remember.
I think it might have been Dave Collins.
Was it?
It's possible.
No, did Dave Collins talk about the Jedi thing?
No.
Oh, thank you.
Now, for the sake
Oh,
of
you're
somebody
Cheers,
who
Gavin.
hasn't got a fucking clue what you're talking about,
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you talking?
likeness?
Are you talking about calling it justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion?
That's the one.
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
Go on, yeah.
that,
Okay.
yes.
JEDI.
Yeah.
Mm.
I hear you.
And it's all madness.
Yeah, I don't think that's where I saw it, but I know that it either got retweeted, an image or something like that, because I didn't see the video.
Right, okay, fellas. Emperor, are you coming on? Yes or no? Okay, shall we proceed?
Yes.
Proceed.
I'm boomer. I can't multitask, folks. I'm useless. Sorry, folks. I'm utterly useless. Okay, so TBA number 33. Good evening, chat. Good evening. I am boomering.
I mean, if you're waiting for them to talk back, you're going to be waiting a bit. That's
TBA 33 and a third.
Please like, share, subscribe. Apparently, I'm better when I do it quickly. Please donate to the channel. Okay. It's going to be kind of like a midweek musings, folks. It's just stuff what popped up today. So, first up, Matthew Vaughn's Argylle debuts with 39% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I use Rotten Tomatoes as any kind of metric whatsoever.
Exactly.
On IMDb, it's 6.3 out of 10.
And also, they try to fool you that Henry Cavill is the star of the film, and he isn't. He's only in it for 5 minutes, apparently. So
What?
yes, I see him. It's in the front in the poster, so he's hardly in it. But he's in Guy Ritchie's new film, though.
My goodness, a bait and switch.
Imagine that.
Seems that way.
unusual.
Yeah, maybe got called on both because they used to be friends, and Matthew and Guy. So they split up because Anyway, wherever. But maybe he was on both films shooting at the same time or something. I don't know.
2.5 hours long, apparently.
He's the main star in Guy Ritchie's film, though.
Yeah, this is 2.5 hours long. Argylle.
Yeah.
Some reviews are saying it's probably about an hour too long.
Yeah.
But
I read a couple of them.
Oh dear.
Is it when I saw the trailer, I thought to myself, Romancing the Stone. It's kind of like Romancing the Stone, but with secret agents. That's what I thought. But it's probably very different from Romancing the Stone.
Drew Gordon, the trailer didn't look good. More Kingsman 2 than Kingsman. Oh, this is out Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought the trailer looked all right. It looked like it could be something enjoyable. There were some fun, in there to be had. But I can't say I'm all that surprised that it's kind of a dud.
CGI cat. That's what took me out of it.
CGI, that's so much.
Too much CGI, apparently, folks. The curse of CGI.
The incompetent use of it, anyway.
Yeah.
In the chat, nameless no name. Is it the sequel to Jumper?
I was hoping it was in the Die Hard cinematic universe, and it was about the driver of the limo from the first movie. It was Argylle was his name.
Very clever.
Alas, I was mistaken.
Is it not the sequel to Cardigan?
Could be.
Put in the bin.
Tank Top? Moving on. Anybody going to go see this? I was going to go see this. It's Friday, UK. It's released. I'm a very big fan of the. It's not Matthew Vaughn, is it, Ian? It's the director of photography, effectively.
Well, it's Matthew Vaughn. I know loads of stories about Matthew Vaughn. My friend Alan worked on his very first movie, Innocent Sleep. He was producing.
Yeah.
But I know. I'm not going to tell him all. But he's when he started, he wasn't very competent. Put it that way. I don't know what he's like now. But again, right, you can't really call it directing because most of it's all visual effects, and maybe Matthew's more competent at it now because he's obviously done loads of films. So maybe he did direct this one. Who knows? Properly. I mean.
Okay. It's his name on the door, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Are you eating anything nice, by the way?
Chocolate.
Oh,
Yorkies.
Is that for men?
It's only for men.
Men.
Am I the only one who's going to go see this then?
I might go and see it if I'm bored.
I've got better things to do if I'm bored.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I had the time, no, I probably still wouldn't go see it.
No.
So,
But
Gaming recommendation.
in the UK,
isn't it?
you've got these. I've got like a Cineworld ticket because the cinema
Yeah.
chain's called Cineworld, and it's just sitting there, and I'm spending money in it. So that's the reason why I do drag myself to cinema because
Yeah.
otherwise I'd be just wasting money.
I can't say I'm that big a fan of Matthew Vaughn and his work, honestly. I mean, he's had a few that were enjoyable, working as directors or producers on it. But I don't know. He's got some interesting takes on other things. He really thought The Flash was going to make big money.
Well, so did I, to be fair. But there you go. Moving on. Princess Fiona. See, thank you, Fiona. What was in I think it was the Gary's last video about the strikes, and people are frightened even more now. But formerly DEI, Jedi training, justice, equality, diversity, inclusion. Christ.
It's getting
Careful
worse.
there. Careful there. Don't mistake equity for equality.
Yeah, no.
Those are two very,
yes,
very
they
different
are.
things.
There's a very good reason they're choosing equity.
Yes,
And
there
be
is.
very careful in using a trademarked word.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when the actors finished this strike and they agreed that was the worst thing they could have done? Then they're all of them in trouble now. Work is going to disappear really fast these days because of obviously AI and other stuff as well. They should have stuck it out longer. I know that the people below, like the actors that are struggling, they were getting it worse than the big actors, but the deal they made didn't do anyone any favors. They just wanted to end it, and now they're all in trouble now. You hear about the newspapers, like the biggest newspapers in America, they're all going bust.
Yeah, they've been going bust for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, more so now than ever. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, there's always an acceleration curve, and also a thing that can't go on forever won't.
Yeah.
And eventually, when that hits, everyone will be shocked and surprised who didn't actually look around and go, I don't think this is going to last.
Well, that took the wind out of what I said. There you go.
Here go, folks. Waylon Bocephus for $2. Thank you, my friend. Vaughn has always been pretty hit or miss.
He's good with the visual effects. I mean, he's
Perhaps.
got a lot of the budgets are pretty good in there, and he's got a lot of people doing visual effects when it comes to fights and stuff like that. He has a unique take on action, definitely, but you can only push it so far. You know what I mean? So until people get tired of it.
Never mind.
Do you know what? I was
I think
watching.
we're going to move on, I think.
So you know what? Let me just tell you this little story. So basically, Sky went down. Our satellite dish, because of the wind, crashed, wherwver. And so my mum was without Sky for like 4 days. She was missing her tennis. So I asked her if she wanted to watch some movies, and you know what? She sat through 4 Chuck Norris movies.
Oh, good on her.
And loved it.
Yeah.
And loved it. But
Good on her.
the one she didn't like. The one she didn't like was John Wick 4. And I understand why she didn't like it, because there was so much action in it.
Chuck Norris.
So she liked the 3 Chuck Norris films. She watched 3 in a row.
Brilliant.
And then she watched John Wick. And when I watched John Wick 4 again with her, I did get bored. I mean, it's something
it needs
about
a re-edit.
Yeah, well, it really needs space to make the action. Do you know what I mean? It was just
the
too
pacing.
much
The pacing is wrong. It's just this wall of thing always happening, and you have to take a chance. You have to stop and breathe, and then let things get back going again. I mean, there's the classic example of doing this really well is the Two Towers, where you have the battle, and then you switch to them talking to the Ents, and it's such a calm and you switch back, where you are in the battle, things have gone on. If all they did was just focus on the battle the entire time, you would have gotten bored or lost or just exhausted emotionally.
But also, I noticed that, I mean, there was a lot of shooting in, I mean, I noticed it the first time around, but the second time around, I noticed there's a lot of shooting. It was just repeat after repeat after repeat, and we're figuring out how to shoot it differently. Like for instance, if you watched Last Crusade, Indiana Jones film, right, it is well paced. There's a lot of action in that film, but they have moments in there that when we stop and we get to know the characters, but everyone in John Wick was very flat, weren't they? Every one of them. And even Code of Silence with Chuck Norris that my mum was watching, even that had characterization, and that didn't have action all the way, but it was like a comfortable glove for her, because those are the kind of films that she really used to watch in the old days and really loved.
So do we.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at even the stuff that we would have considered schlock, in the 80s, which God love it now because it'd be masterpieces. But like Lone Wolf McQuade, Chuck Norris movie, right?
Did you watch that one?
Yeah, that thing has got it's got great pacing. It's got there's a real story to it and all that, right? And there's some real sus moments in there, especially if you know anything about cars. But the movie itself is just engaging and you get into it, right?
Yeah.
Invasion USA isn't just constant bullet storm going on, right? There's pacing throughout. In action movies back then, we knew how to give it pause, how to give it some time. Predator there's a huge amount of action in that movie, and there's a huge amount of silence.
Yes.
And just people talking to each other and trying to work the problem and all that. It's why those movies are so good.
The point I was trying to make was, if you look at the different styles of the films that were shot in the 80s and obviously present day John Wick, it's very different, isn't it? It's like no attention span whatsoever for John Wick. It's action. Yeah, it does stop to a point, but it stops with flat characters. You don't care about any of them. But as I said, I was watching Code of Silence with her, and I was thinking to myself, this is not a bad movie. It's a bit over the top, but it's not bad.
Right.
So, interesting.
Yeah. Now, as somebody in chat said, it's very much video game-ish, right? It's like jumping in to play Doom, where it's just continuous action and coming at you and shooting and all that. That's what action movies have become in many ways, for the worse.
iPhone pacing.
Yeah.
I took you off a different tandem. Sorry. Get back to what were we doing?
So what we're saying is Argylle needs more shooting.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or it needs Chuck Norris.
Or Chuck Norris. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Oh.
Sidestep. Okay, somebody, whoever Yasmin is, as a certified Kingsman girly, I had some hope for Argylle. Was it fun at times? Sure. Was it also convoluted and sluggish. Thank you. Absolutely. It lacked the charm of your usual Vaughn film.
Your
Blah, 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 blah,
Yasmin
blah.
is spot on, Brown.
Yes.
Is this one of your alternate accounts?
No.
No, that's just what you would say if it was, isn't it?
Shall we move on, though?
Yasmin.
We'll just say it's mid.
I haven't seen it. None of us have seen it, so we really can't judge, can we?
No.
I do like Vaughn films. I think I'm going to go to see it.
Right.
Be a pain in the ass to go see, but
There was a report this morning on the radio, and funnily enough, it just came up in my head where they actually reported that more people are watching old films than they are the new films that have been made on Netflix.
Yeah.
And that was a report on the radio. Wow. So just goes to prove, doesn't it?
Yeah, can't say I'm surprised on that one.
Yeah.
Cineworld are doing a sci-fi season, and they're basically showing all old sci-fi films,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Sign me
including
up.
2001.
There you
I
go.
won't be going to see that then.
That's
I'm
Ian's
big
favorite
into that.
movie, if
No,
I believe.
don't
Yeah,
say
he
it.
loves that one.
I don't hate it though. I just think it's boring. That's all.
Absolute snore fest.
Is it?
Well,
I mean, yes.
my
Yes.
opinion. My opinion. I know.
Is it overly paced then?
It's just overindulgent. That's what it is. And when it gets to Hal, that's when it starts getting better. But rest of it was just a waste of time, in my opinion.
I think that's true for a lot of Kubrick movies. I think Kubrick has some great eye and great vision, and sadly, he became so successful that nobody said, "No, Stanley, don't do that. That's a bad idea."
I love 2001. It is a beautiful and complex film.
Well, I mean, it is. I would agree. I would
It
agree
is
with
slow.
you that it's beautiful, definitely.
But
Definitely.
I'm gonna say this though: Average British Nerd.
He's right.
I know it's a great movie.
I love
2010 's a
2010.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Loved it.
That one does get discounted way too much. It is a very, very well made, very
Great
loved it.
movie. That is
I loved it.
great movie.
Roy Schneider is just the best, man. He is
Chef's
such
kiss,
a
you know.
good actor.
Well, and
Chef's
the
kiss.
relationship with Dr. Chandra and Hal
yeah.
when he's trying to bring him
Yeah,
back
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And also, what great casting that they cast Bob Balaban to play the creator of Hal, and he has a kind of attitude all on his own as well. Very quiet man. It's very good.
Lithgow was great as well.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, terrific.
It's a great
And
cast.
the Russians, they were there was one girl that one of those Russians in particular was very pleasing on the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Helen Mirren was good as well.
she was.
She
Yeah, she was. It's a great film, and the special effects still hold up today. When you watch it, there's nothing
I think it was
that looks
Dykstra,
bad.
was it?
I don't know who did it, but there was nothing bad in those visual effects at all, and the sets were really good as well.
Oh,
The
amazing.
performances were terrific, and the story was enjoyable. So
Here you go, Manuel Grell. Hello, Manuel. 2010 suffered because the film snobs wanted more Kubrick, I suppose. Well, he did. He was on a magazine cameo in the.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's a great.
Well, and so if I
very
remember
different
right,
movies.
yeah, if I remember right, 2001, the book was being written as the movie was being made, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
they
it
were
was
writing those
essentially-
together. They were
Right.
writing both the script and the book together.
Whereas 2010, Clark had written previous to the movie, and so they already had a work to go from. And I think you can tell that it was helped with that.
Yeah.
Such a great movie. It's one of those movies. If it's not that it's ever on TV anymore, but if it's ever on TV, I'll sit and watch it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's true. It's never on TV. I mean, that director's really underrated. I can't remember who directed. He directed Running Scared as well.
Peter Hyams.
Yeah, he's very underrated director. Yeah, he's made some rubbish, but he's made some really good films as well that people seem to forget that he directed. so-
Running Scared is another forgotten 80s classic.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, Gregory Hines and that is such.
Bill Crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Crystal and that it was so good.
2010 is 40 years. I'm sure it's 40 years old this year. Is it 40?
Didn't he not direct?
It was like 85, I think.
Is
when
it
came out.
85?
Did he
Maybe
not direct
84?
Outland as well? He directed Outland as well.
Outland,
Yes.
Outland is
Yeah.
that's an excellent movie. Also, criminally unseen and underrated.
Yeah. As I said, I think he's a good director. It's a
We
shame
reviewed both films
Yeah.
on this channel.
Yeah.
It's a shame he hasn't
Back
been
in the ether
held.
of the channel. Yeah.
Good director.
Okay. We'll move on. Okay. I think again it's probably going to be a sidestep, folks. Sorry.
Another sidestep.
Oh, in fact, no. Well, no, it's
It's another.
That's Matthew Vaughn related, anyway.
yes. I just thought I'd get all the Vaughn stuff out of the way. Matthew Vaughn says Deadpool 3. Get this. This is a bold statement. Will save the MCU.
I thought the Marvels already did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Echo.
Have the savior of Marvel.
Hold on. So this big profile director is actually saying what he's really saying is that the MCU is in trouble. Yeah, the MCU won't admit that they're in trouble.
Yes. Well,
That's crazy.
as I responded to some of these tweets, there was a different tweet online. I'm just not buying this. I'm sorry, Matthew Vaughn. You said you really enjoyed The Flash and it was quite special. And he's also told us that he believes that the X-Men are in quote unquote good hands with Kevin Feige. So
No, not at all.
nope.
No, I think
Sorry.
what he's actually saying is this big profile hit and miss director is stating that this film will somehow improve the quality of MCU products beyond that point. That's a pretty bold statement, isn't it?
Mhm.
I admire his optimism, however misplaced it
Yeah.
may be.
Well, is it
I have enjoyed the Deadpool movies. I am genuinely kind of interested to see what they do with this one, but I don't hold out much hope that it's going to save the MCU.
It's a big statement.
Well, I mean, not really, because you're speaking within your own industry. You're defending potential future coworkers and bosses. That area Hollywood man says that Hollywood is in great hands with Hollywood people.
True.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Tim's talk. Hello, Timmy. That is bold. It is.
Ooh.
Nameless, no name. I'm worried about Deadpool now.
Mhm. I would be too.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a Hollywood person who wants a job making a Star Wars movie or making a Marvel movie.
But
He's not going to say something bad about it. So
Well, if he works, he's on the payroll at Disney, effectively, isn't he, Vaughn?
No, he's not.
Isn't he? It's always distributed through Fox, isn't it? 20th Century, his movies.
He's not. He's not. Basically, he's not trans. He's not gay. He's white.
It's fucked
They
then,
can't
isn't he?
They
It's
can't be.
fucked. Yeah, it's fucked.
And
Give
he's
it
up
time.
fast as well. So there you
Give
go.
it time. We don't know how his identity will change based on his needs to be employed.
who knows? Yeah.
Sword in the Storm, please watch my film. It will be good. I promise.
Matthew Vaughn's married to a tall blonde who's a model.
Claudia Schiffer.
There you go. Yeah. So he's not going to
Maybe
get
she's
any
just
jobs.
stunning and brave.
Maybe.
He's loaded, isn't he? He doesn't need to make films. He just does it for something to do, doesn't he?
Mm.
Or does
I think that's hard work to just go. I'm bored and I'm gonna pick up
Make
a
a
new hobby
movie.
kind of thing. This is the people that are willing to put in the time and effort for this are usually pretty driven to do their work, and so it would be awfully hard for him to be cut off entirely from that outlet.
Here you go, folks. Moving on. Moving on. Very good. Okay. So we're not hoping it's going to be shit, isn't it? Never mind.
I do hope it's going to be good. I really do.
Yeah,
I
so
hope
do
it's
I.
going to be very enjoyable. I hope it's going to be a really fun movie. They managed to do it with the previous two. The second one probably less so than the first, but
Yeah.
I do hope it's good. I just don't know that there's much of a chance that happens.
Yeah, hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Bob Hope.
Exactly.
Mm.
Here you go. Matthew Vaughn is interested in a Superman Red Son adaptation with Henry Cavill back as Superman.
Hasn't Matthew Vaughn got any original ideas in his freaking head? For God's sakes, keeps trying to
Don't know.
comic books all the time for some reason. I'm pretty. Is Argylle a comic book? I don't know, but
I think it was.
by him.
I might be wrong.
I didn't know The Killer, directed by Fincher, was a comic book. I didn't know that at all. Just learned that a couple of days ago. I was like, you what? So yeah, people are just doing comic books now, aren't they? All the
Source
time.
material, I suppose. Drew Gordon, I saw the Red Son cartoon movie. It was pretty good story. Commie
was.
Superman.
Mm.
What's the story?
It's a DC Elseworld story. It's like Marvel's What If.
Yeah, and so
So,
what happens in the story, is that his pod, instead of landing in Kansas, it lands in the middle of Soviet Russia. And so Superman is raised as a
Russian.
USSR communist, Russian. Yep.
And for some reason, you've got a Russian Batman as well.
Oh,
Who's
Yes.
the avenging angel of the proletariat. Now,
Christ.
I don't know about you guys, but I am fucking sick to death of multiverse stories.
right.
So
So am I.
can we
Yep.
just fuck off from this shit? Plus, they also did an animated version a few years back, and it was really good.
It was really
So-
good.
I recommend watching that instead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some of these Elseworlds stories were always very interesting. Some of them were extremely popular. This was one, Gotham by Gaslight, which was a Batman,
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah, I
steampunk
read that.
Batman.
Yeah.
Was very, very well done, very good.
Yeah,
There
it
were
was.
quite a few of the others that were just awful. And
I think they did a
forgotten.
cartoon of that, did they not?
I think they did make one. Yeah. And so, there's some interesting stories there to be told. And thankfully, they're not the same kind of multiverse thing we've seen a lot of, where everything has to tie together and there's all these other things. It's just sort of like an alternate history sort of story. But yeah, I don't want to see a live action Red Son. I'm sure there's studios that want to see a commie Superman.
I think Henry is he makes a good Superman, but it's obvious that when he became Superman, he was in the hands of idiots. So I just think he has to get away from he has to get away from Hollywood to do some good stuff, I reckon. Then again, that's where all the money is, I guess. I don't know.
Princess Fiona, also Russian Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She swims in the East German swim team in the Olympics.
I was going to say, shouldn't Leah Thomas be in that team?
Yes. I don't know, not quite beefy enough to be the East German swim
Possibly,
team.
yeah, okay. We're never going to see Cavill back as Superman, are we? It's just
You know what? Right, I
Not
reckon
even-
they're going to cast him as Bond. I heard some rumors recently.
Really?
I had some really
Yeah, go
big
on,
rumors
go on.
recently that they what is it? The team have been looking at the past tapes to try and find someone, and they keep coming across the Cavill. The audition, the
the
Cavill
old one,
audition,
yeah.
and they keep coming back to him. So that's the rumor that I heard, because I know a couple of people who work for Eon. So don't be too surprised if they announce that he's the next Bond. Because there is no
Wow.
one left. There is no one, absolutely no one left to play Bond apart from him. I mean, yeah, you can say you can get this person, get that person, but they'd be crazy not to take Henry on. Really.
Here you
Yeah,
go,
I'm with-
Alex
I'm with that
Ashgan.
one.
Nah, bullshit rumors.
Should he
Shoot
have
got
got
I mean,
What's that, or Timothy Chalamet?
yeah, would you be that
That's
surprised?
right.
No.
Give him
no.
Bond, make it a period piece.
Well, the rumor that I heard was the majority of people at the company, which I'm assuming it's Eon, they want Henry to do it, but they've got people stopping them.
What you mean,
their
Amazon?
opinions and stuff. No, in the company, in the production company. So they got people that are against Henry, but according to my source, the majority wants Henry, but that never stopped them last time because the majority wanted, I can't remember the other actor, but and they went for Daniel Craig. At the end of the day, it's Wilson's and Barbara's choice at the end of the day. So,
well, we saw what she did to James Bond.
yeah.
Here you go, average British nerd, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, but the thing is that, as I said, you know,
I like him.
But he's not. He's James Bond's meant to be a seasoned agent. He's meant to be like in his 40s, is he not, James Bond? So he's meant to be a seasoned agent, an older gentleman. Do you know what I mean? And he's meant to be suave. He's meant to be handsome. He's meant to, subdue women. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's Shooty Gatwa then, isn't it?
It be then for him. But yeah, so they really need to go back to formula, as somebody said in the movie once. So yeah, they really need to do that.
Here you go, folks. Dommy, I don't know if Cavill becomes Bond, would his character be ruined by and the politics?
It's a good question. You'd wonder if he would just quit out of frustration, even if he did get hired.
Yeah, you have to the Bond people have to step back away from that nonsense and just make a James Bond film. All right, yeah, but don't go too much with the womanizing and stuff like slapping girls on the bum like Sean Connery did. Yeah, you don't do things like that, but you can still have him handsome, women fall at his feet and stuff. You could still have that because that is who the character is. Do you know what I mean? It's like saying I don't know. It's like saying Doctor Who doesn't have Daleks. Do you know what I mean? So it's that kind of thing with Bond. You really need to keep Bond's character intact. That's what I think, anyway.
Well, the Daleks they're very misunderstood now, aren't they? The Daleks.
yeah. Their boss was in a wheelchair, but not anymore. So there you go.
But you know what, Ian? It doesn't matter, really, does it?
No, it doesn't. One day, right, the fans are going to get so sick of it, they're going to all team up, raise 2 million quid and make their own version. And then thousands and millions of people are going to watch that instead of what the actual licensee is coughing up. I'm telling you, that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
And if they did make a Bond film, they wouldn't kill Bond in his own franchise.
No, they would not. They would not.
So it doesn't matter. They killed him. They can get fucked. Moving on. They killed Bond, folks. I will never forgive them for that. I will never. Bastards. Here you go. Super chat from Garth Knights for $5. Thank you, my friend. Let me back Critical Drinker in saying Daniel Craig was absolutely terrible as Bond. Yep.
He wasn't I wouldn't go that far. He wasn't terrible, but the problem I had with Daniel Craig, one is that he's not a very good looking fella, in my opinion. When he was younger, he was okay looking. As he got older, he just became this horrible potato face, didn't he? Let's face it. And then on top of that, they gave him some really crappy scripts, and the last script was woke as hell. So,
they killed him, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. So.
Give me Roger Moore, rest in peace, any day, over that Neanderthal.
Roger Moore brought a suaveness to James Bond. Sean Connery was a bit rough around the edges, but then again, the character was Scottish in the books, and he wasn't born with a silver spoon up his arse. He was literally, you know what I mean? So it kind of made sense the way Sean Connery portraying him. But when Roger Moore portrayed him, he just portrayed him as this suave guy,
Bond, what are you doing? Keeping the British end up, sir.
Yeah.
I think Moore was just a bit late to the role. If you would have had him like in the same time that he was doing The Saint,
or The Persuaders,
really would have been good.
Best TV theme ever. That Persuaders.
John Barry, incredible,
incredible,
awesome, yeah.
Okay, we'll give the final word to Tom. The last Bond film was unforgivable.
Yes, it was.
Agree.
Get this right, when No Time to Die was shown on ITV, terrestrial TV, nobody actually knew. There was an uproar because nobody knew they'd killed Bond until it was shown on ITV, and then there was an uproar about it. Can you believe it? All right, killed it. Moving on.
Just like Bond.
Yep.
Anybody see this?
Oh, Lord.
Because, here you go. New details are learned. Was it learned? I don't know. About James Gunn and Millie Alcox. She was cast this week, wasn't she? Supergirl. Thanks to the casting process, including Supergirl is on a murderous quest for revenge with another DC character. What?
This is a Superman film. Why have they got Supergirl in it?
Don't know.
Yep. Who knows?
Is this not in a separate Supergirl film?
Possibly.
I think
It
it is.
sounds like it. It sounds like it, yeah.
Anyway, Millie Alcock's a really good choice. I really enjoyed her in the Game of Thrones spin-off. And also Upright, which was an Australian drama with Tim Minchin.
Is she pretty?
Yeah, fairly.
I got no problem with the casting. I
not
think
bad,
she would
not
fit the
bad.
role fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just don't put her in a onesie. Don't put her in a onesie. Put her in a traditional Supergirl costume, and I'll be happy.
No, it's going to cover every last inch from ankles to
Oh,
wrists. You know it.
she should be wearing a skirt, shouldn't
Yep.
she?
Yes, that's
Should be.
traditional. Yeah, traditional costume.
Oh, how did it get to this? How did it get to this? Here you go, common people. Hello, my friend. Isn't she a they, them, or something? How can she play a girl? I'm offended.
Oh, I don't know if she's a they, them, or... I mean, her surname's Alcock.
That might be a clue. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it may explain how she got through the casting process.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because she's ticking boxes, as it were.
Well, the Wikipedia says her, so I'm guessing that probably is correct.
Maybe she's using her Jedi training.
Could be.
Yes, yes.
Helen Slater was really hot when she was Supergirl. The film was absolute rubbish.
Yeah,
But
it was
she
a terrible
really
movie, but
hot.
she was definitely hot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay,
I have no faith in Gunn and this. I'm going to take over DC, and I was like, you keep announcing potential movies, and I don't know that I see these things actually being made or
He
released.
doesn't know what he's doing.
I have no faith. Arch Colin at Mr. Brownline says me, because Hollywood has replaced being for the male gaze with being for the male gaze. Yes.
I kind of resent that phrase, male gaze, because that instantly excludes bisexual women. And also lesbians.
Yes.
I mean, aren't they entitled to also see hot people on screen? And They have
Yes.
absolutely no problem ripping all of the clothes off every single Marvel hero that comes on screen. But they always want to cover up all the female characters. Quite weird. Weird.
Weird.
Weird.
I don't
Okay.
want to see Thor's ass.
And
Anyway.
on that bombshell. On that bombshell, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Moving on.
Oh, Barbie's the gift that just doesn't, well, it just keeps giving. Here you go. Robert Downey Jr. says Margot Robbie isn't getting enough credit for Barbie.
Of course she is. She's nominated as producer of Barbie. So what is he talking about?
don't know. America Ferrera has this amazing speech. No, she doesn't. By the way, she nails it. I'm watching it and go, wow, that was really tough one. But it's the what? But it's the cuts away to Robbie so actively listening, eh?
Well, I'm sorry. As an actor, you're supposed to look like you're actively listening to the person who's talking right now. No shit. We don't give Oscars for that. We give paychecks.
Oh, good.
Barbie
grief.
was shit, and I know that because I saw it.
It got nominated for a ton of awards. They're just pissed off that it didn't get nominated for every single award. And again, as has been pointed out by some other people, if you're going to give her an Oscar nod, who of these other actresses are not going to get their nod for Oscars? You're going to have to take that away from somebody else.
That's not the job of the outraged. The outraged their role is not to come up with solutions. Their role is to be outraged. They have succeeded on their part.
Mm-hmm.
Solving it is someone else's problem.
I mean, what it all boils down to is basically people going, well, Ken's got a nomination. Why hasn't Barbie got one?
Yeah.
And it also comes down to the same thing that a lot of these problems do. It's we have to do something to satisfy the 2% that are going to get really angry about this.
Unfortunately, the 2% rule Hollywood. They're all in positions of power. That's why we're getting this nonsense. And
they've got the Jedi trading now, haven't they?
Kind of cancer is spreading throughout the world to the Western world. You know, it's got its hooks in Canada big time, Australia. I mean, thank God it's not so much over here, but and in some parts of America it's big as well. So I just think it's insidious and I think it's dangerous, and I just wish it didn't exist.
So what you're saying it's shit?
It's shit, everybody.
Well, I mean, so this is the perfect distillation of current gender politics, right? Male got a thing, ergo female must get equal thing, even if the actual results were entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It doesn't matter. We must have equal representation. At which point I say, women, go work on the fishing boats in the coal mines. Stop slagging off.
Build us a housing estate. Lazy tarts.
Yeah, we've got some coal mines that need to be need to be taken care of, and we've
working those cobalt mines in wherever it is.
Yeah, dig up the components for that electric car that you rate so highly.
Well, do you know what, right? Since Hollywood believes in so many different genders, how comes there isn't a nomination for a trans actor in a film, or you know what I mean?
Give them ideas,
it's coming.
Ian.
Just saying. You know, I mean, they're complaining about that she hasn't been nominated and stuff, and there's only two genders being nominated, a man and a woman. So,
bigots.
I know. So there you go.
Well, it depends on how you identify.
Yes.
Well, the categories are male or female, and you're either one or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's so last century thinking, though, isn't it?
No, it's
no, it really isn't. It's biological fact.
That's right.
Yeah, as I said, last century thinking.
Well, I mean, last few billion years thinking, given the way basic biology has worked for that long.
Trust the science, Brown.
Yeah.
What about and the fluid?
You know, I check my gender fluids every 3,000 miles to make sure that I'm not running low.
Oh, boy.
I gargle mine.
Is that like Gollum juice?
On that bombshell. Lots of bombshells this evening.
Yeah, loads. Always.
We're going to be talking about Oppenheimer soon.
Okay,
if we keep up with this kind of bombing.
Sidestep, everybody. Sorry, folks. Sidestep. It's
Barbie. Gold.
Okay. Just we either do it now or we do it Sunday, so I thought we'd do it now. Margot Robbie reacts to not getting a Best Actress Oscar nomination for Barbie. There's no way to feel sad when you know you're this blessed.
Oh, bless her.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I do like her though. I think she's very talented, but if she's not very good in this film, or she's just average, then and the other actresses are better, then we can understand why she hasn't been nominated, right? So again, it's all because of this stupid religion. This is why all this stuff is happening.
And 1.4 billion take.
Mm.
Sword in the Storm. Keep my wife's gender fluid out of your damn mouth.
Slap.
It was an accident, Sword. I was trying to change the light bulb and I slipped off the ladder and just fell right into your wife's gender fluid.
I would stop, but she keeps sitting on my face.
Exactly. I was like,
I mean, these things happen.
That's
These
not what
things happen.
she says.
Stream killer, and I'm agreeing. Okay. So sidestep, everybody. Sorry, just the way it is. Sorry, folks. Margot Robbie says Greta Gerwig should have got a Best Director Oscar nomination. What she did is a once in a career, once in a lifetime thing. What she pulled off, it really is. But it's been an incredible year for all films.
You know, the same thing could be said for Van Gogh.
Mm. Do you know
Kind
what?
of a once in a career,
Robbie,
once in a lifetime thing. What he pulled off, it really is.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie should shut the F up. Basically, shut up. Just be grateful you guys are nominated for Best Producer. Just be grateful. Your film wasn't that good, even though I haven't seen it.
It was
And move on.
garbage.
I haven't seen it.
It was
So
shite.
I didn't want to see it, and I probably won't see it. So.
Gratitude. You want them to have gratitude when they were not nominated for every single award they were eligible for? Please. Come on.
Mm.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I'll give Margot Robbie credit at least for not. She's at least giving a polite way out in all of these statements, right? You know, to try and not seem like an insufferable bent. You know, but it's been an incredible year for all films. Boy, the competition was really tough this year.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You know.
What for all films? What films?
There weren't many. Amelia Bedelia. Shame on you, Mega Geek. Laughing. People are allowed their opinions.
They're all entitled to them.
It's true. You have a right to be wrong.
Yeah.
You do indeed.
Mm.
There you go. This is how I feel as well. Melvin Deeply. I can't take Barbie anymore. I promise there's going to be no more Barbie from now on. I can't take Barbie anymore. It's enough to drive a man over the edge. I can only vaguely remember entertainment at this stage.
There was some actress on screen saying, "Men have been talking for so many years. Now it's time for men to listen to women's voices." Who said that? Some video I was watching. I just thought some American actress said it. I was thinking to myself, who was it?
I don't know.
I just thought to myself, just shut up, woman. It's like, what the hell? What are you talking about?
I'm like, I've been married 32 years. I've been ignoring a woman talking for that long. I damn well ignore you too.
Oh my God! If she plays this back, you're a dead man.
You mean we're on? We're live? Oh, damn it!
Oh, yeah, we're live, mate. Sorry, stream killer.
Oh,
Ian, I can't believe you said that. Oh my God!
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Genuinely, folks, how did it get to this?
Do you know, a lot of people say that Barbie's was against, did have a go at men and
the
families
patriarchy
and motherhood, right? Is that true? Anybody seen this film? Had a go at mothers?
No, I don't think it had a go at mothers, or I wasn't paying much attention. It was just kept having a go at the patriarchy and
right, okay,
we're women and we're better than men.
Oh,
the America Ferrari speech has some real questionable stuff about motherhood or whatever. I don't disagree. I don't necessarily agree with the take, and I know that a lot of people do see it this way. But the beginning where the girls are destroying the baby dolls, I just see that as a commentary on how quickly Barbie destroyed the market for baby dolls when it came out. That little girls suddenly gave no shits about that, and every little girl wanted a Barbie.
Did you?
And trust me, I raised 2 girls. I saw it.
Anybody see that clip from what's that show in America? Was it Law and Justice? Law and whatever it is.
Law and
It's been
Order.
long running.
Oh, the
Oh,
rape
yeah.
episode.
Yeah. Oh, I could not believe it. Oh my lord! This is how far it's all gone. Jeez.
Where
Here you go, folks.
the victim of a crime has white privilege.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she didn't want to. She didn't want to press charges. She'd been raped by a black guy.
graped.
Graped.
Raped. So,
Graped.
Yeah, and she didn't want to press charges
Don't worry,
because
the
of
monetization's gone. Don't worry.
Because
I think he meant to say Ray Palpatine.
Yeah, that was what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Whale and
Rape
Bacifus
Palpatine.
Yes.
for $2. Should we put another shrimp on the Barbie? No. Right. Okay. Shall we? Barbie. Fuck off.
Oh, Swappers has got it in the chat.
William
Oh,
Shatner.
sorry, chat moved up. There you go.
Yeah.
Swap shop. Melt Barbie on the Barbie. Yeah. Okay. Who saw this? Star Trek legend William Shatner slams EU decision to issue gendered language warning against original series where no man has gone before catchphrase.
Well, wasn't it in the in one of the Star Trek movies? Leonard Nimoy did say "where no one," or did
Yes.
it? Or was it? Was it
Yes.
William Shatner?
Yes.
He said,
Well,
no
they
one
altered
as
it, didn't they, for the...
Well, he said "no man," and he went
And he goes,
no
where
one,
no
didn't he?
one has
Yeah.
gone
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that was when at the end of Star Trek 2, right? When he's
I
Yes.
think so.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
Wrath
when
of
he-
Khan.
in Wrath of Khan at the end when Nimoy's reading it, when
Right.
he's saying it instead, he says we're no man and then no one.
Yeah,
And then they
in
changed it for Next
Gen,
Generation. Exactly. Yeah, they used that. And you know what? Okay, fine. Obviously, in the original statement, it was talking about where no man. It was talking about humanity. It was not referring to only men. It's simply how language works. But whatever, right? It's just so silly.
Does that mean that when I was watching the original Star Trek series in the 70s, I was effectively a gender bigot by watching it?
Well, I mean, it does say something about Nurse Chapel and Uhura that perhaps they did not actually identify the way that they appeared because it's only no man is going this way, and yet I keep looking at the curves on Uhura and saying, I'm not sure that this qualifies.
Are they going to do this similarly to all other series in the 60s? Is Land of the Giants going to have a message that says, may offend tall people?
Well, you better go after TNG with the measure of a man.
Yeah, definitely. The measure of a person.
Yeah.
Measure of a they, them?
Yeah, we must get rid of all references to mankind.
One of my favourite series, The Invaders, now being called The Undocumented Migrant.
Yes, yes, yes.
Franco Walker. Mankind is not just men.
Nope.
No, it's humankind.
It's
Human.
everyone.
Yeah, the rise of man. Wasn't talking about the patriarchy. It was talking about the evolution of primates into Homo sapiens.
The series For All Mankind, is that problematic?
Obviously.
Well, very much so, of course.
Maybe.
Who cares?
Okay, right, who cares?
I find that these are
cares,
people.
everybody?
These are people who will find a problem no matter
Absolutely.
whether one exists or not.
Yeah.
But who
their
are
job
these
is to be
people, though?
aggrieved.
Who are these people?
Idiots.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
well,
basically
yeah,
people that
well-
don't have anything better to do with their lives,
Yeah.
that have an empty life and have
Yeah.
no meaning, and so must try and tear everybody down to the same level of misery that they occupy.
Well,
but
we
who
have-
are they?
Yeah, we have centuries of humanity that we have had to live through all kinds of different suffering. Our lives were filled with diseases and with war and with all of these things that we're constantly having to deal with. And now that these people are living these insanely privileged lives where they have no challenges day to day, they have nothing that is really interrupting how they live their lives. They have to literally make up ways to make themselves suffer. And so they are creating these things that, oh well, you're doing this and making my life miserable because of that. It's like you live in a world where you have so much of your life just taken care of for you, but they have to make up some way to make themselves.
They are
suffer.
the most privileged of all.
Right. It's a moral outrage born of it's a luxury belief.
Yeah, absolutely.
That when you are worried about where water is going to come from, where the fuel for cooking is going to come from, where actual food is going to come from, you don't worry much about whether your dangly bits have specific meaning within a context of the patriarchy and the greater equilibrity of blah, 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 blah. No, you don't. You worry about that stuff. What's happened is you have too many people with too much free time and not enough actual thinking going on.
That's for sure. People with too much free time, like sensitivity readers who take it upon themselves to rewrite classic works of literature and remove the bad words that make them sad.
Well, James Bond has the original James Bond movies now have warnings on, don't they? The
by physical media, folks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Better keep hold of your physical media.
Oh, I thought you were going to have us hold on to something else, but okay, yes, also that.
Perhaps these people should work in the cobalt mines for their batteries for their iPhones. What do you think?
Or get on a bicycle and start pedaling to provide the electricity required to charge that battery.
Will that sort them out, do you think?
Oh, they'll bitch for a little while, and then when they don't get fed, they'll wonder what the hell happened.
Here you go, folks. Don Ranger Power in a TV spot for Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. I remember this. The announcer said the Enterprise is taking you to where no one has gone before.
Yep.
No, I think the Enterprise, the TV show, said no man has gone before, didn't they?
It did, and the first 5 Star Trek movies, it was at the end of this Undiscovered Country that he changed it.
Yeah.
And it was respectful.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't pushing it in your face. I mean, we'd had a few seasons of Next Generation with the adjusted opening. I know there was a bit of anger about that, but it all came to pass. This doesn't need to happen. Not at all.
Emp, do you know anything about this? Atom Grey, need more of Emperor Goodwin's abuse? Join us live every Friday on B-Sides.
This is projection, sir. Adam Gray is the one who abuses us. Artoo can speak to this as well. He was victimized by Adam last week.
That's too late for us Brits. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about the chat? Anything to add before we move on?
He will always be the king of Star Trek.
He will.
It doesn't matter how many
captain.
advertising posters they take his face off.
Yeah, but why? Why did they do that?
We know why.
It's Captain Kirk, everybody.
We know why.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 words
sake.
to describe it. George Takei.
Oh my.
Yes.
That is one. Yep.
Are you kidding?
Well,
it's a shame Probby wasn't here because he's got a real hate boner for George Takei.
Yeah, well.
Oh my.
Yeah. Bill will not bend the knee to all of these new.
Kirk unit. Kirk unit.
All right, Aaliyah.
Kirk unit.
She was hot.
Yeah.
Bald chicks are
so hot.
Paris Combatter, everybody. Amazing.
She's lovely.
Combatter.
Z, you available, mate? Please.
I most certainly am. Come on, people, for 20 British pounds says, one before bed, as my old dad used to say, I'm not putting the kettle on because I haven't got a kettle.
Undeniable logic.
It doesn't matter what they do, right? It's been proven that people that write TV shows now, especially writing for IPs, they are told not to investigate the past of the show or know anything about it. So they come in. I wonder why the shows that we're getting is absolute shit. Because they don't know.
That was on Gary's video yesterday.
It was, yeah. I saw that. Yeah,
that's a big point, isn't it? That we're making.
And they're all gay. The people that writing the stuff now, majority of them are gay. or LGB or whatever, and it's getting
Well,
to the point where it's
they are
becoming
being
ridiculous
hired
now.
because they are that.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I care. To be fair, you are what you are, but they're just talentless.
Yeah, if only you were a good writer, then I would
Yes.
very much care about you being hired. But again, this is the most interesting thing about them is their sexuality or their identity, and it's why they are hired to affirm themselves, because the people that are doing the hiring are just as incompetent and shallow as the people they are hiring.
They weaponized this whole thing. It was it did stand for something good when they started off, when it came to diversity, but they've just weaponized it and just made things worse.
Speaking of weaponized, Edward Senior for $5. Thank you, my friend. This is technically, is this weaponized? Will we ever see trans Klingons?
Didn't they have that in the singing episode of?
Who cares?
Oh, jeez.
That's where I bailed on Strange New Worlds, because
That's where you bailed.
You made it that long?
That
My
long?
goodness. Wow.
Jeez.
I didn't get through the first season.
No, I got through the first season. There were a couple of bad episodes. They got rid of the best character for some reason. I think I watched about 2 episodes of the second season. They were dog shit, and then it was the musical, and I just thought, nah, fuck that, I'm out.
When they had
all you have to do is look
Spock
at the
eating
cast.
bacon.
All you have to do is look at
Nothing.
the cast.
Bacon.
Look at the cast, how badly they were cast. Right, I saw half the first episode, and I just thought, this is not for me. It's absolute shit, and just left. And I never watched it, seriously. And I've seen clips of the singing Klingons, and thought to myself, idiots that believed in this. Anything that's coming now, right? And you want to give it a
Triggered.
chance, it's pointless. It really is pointless, because they're not going to stop until we stop them, right? So
Yeah, again, I mean, you can bitch and complain all you want. The easiest way to make this end is to stop watching
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There is enough good Star Trek to go back and watch if you want your fix of good Star Trek. And oh my God, they're making a new thing. Please don't. Right. I shudder
Discovery
every
Online.
time they decide we're gonna make a new thing about something I love. No, don't do that. No.
Christ, is everybody in a bad mood today?
No, it's not. It's not that we're in a bad mood.
We've had
It's
enough,
that
haven't we?
we're just tired of it all. And I
Tired, folks.
in some ways, Gary and Drinker and stuff like that are pushing making people aware of this problem. But in other ways, they're basically, giving attention to those crappy shows. Do you know what I mean? So it's like a double-edged sword. Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes. Here you go. Carlos Delfino. Hello, Carlos. Shouting. How could you watch more than 3 episodes? Because I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
Punishment. I like.
Once they in the second season, they started disrespecting the character of Spock so badly. He was acting like a horny teenager. He was eating bacon and stuff like that.
Bacon.
Completely disrespectful of the character and its history. So irritating. I could not take it anymore.
Anything that happens, I hear that they want to do the Terry Matalas thing, Star Trek. There's rumors that that's actually going to happen. I'm not going to watch it until somebody tells me otherwise. Seriously, right. I've had it with these remakes and these I've had it with Hollywood shows and films.
You've just had it in general, haven't you? I can tell.
If somebody tells me it's good and I trust that person, I will go to the cinema and or watch the TV show. But beyond that, no.
This is the best Star Trek I've watched in recent years. Franco Walker, watch Star Trek Continues instead, and there's a link there, folks.
Yeah, it's good.
Fan-made stuff.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
I think they don't look like them.
what you have is that there's a reservoir of goodwill that was built up over decades, with Hollywood and movies and different intellectual properties and all that. Well, they've exhausted all that, so it's not. You should take a risk. It's not as if this is a brand new thing that you're coming out with. It's worse than that. You're in
It's worse than
debt.
that. It's dead, Jim.
You're in goodwill debt now, right? That you come out with something, and I'm not watching it unless a couple of people that I know that I trust their taste on says, you might want to give it a watch. And even then, I'm going to come in pretty cautiously to see if it's good or not, because again, there's an entire universe of good things that were made in the past that I can go back and watch that I either haven't seen or I love seeing again. Why would I go and watch current Drek?
I recommended Masters of the Air, but I got shot down.
Just like
You
this.
see what I'm here a week. Do you know,
I just
tickled myself.
I just think that it's look. I'm so puzzled by when people say to me it might be good, and I always give my palm strike to my head when they say that. Have you not learned? Have you not seen?
No.
Are you dumb and blind? Why are you giving this show a chance? You know what's going to happen.
It's like
Somebody said
Charlie
to me,
Brown kicking a football, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this
You know,
time
it's
surely
like
Lucy will hold it. Yeah.
Surely.
No relation,
Surely
by the
this
way.
time.
Well, again, it's the difference. There's a difference between the word possibility and probability. It's possible it could be good in that there's an infinitesimal but still measurable chance that it's screwed. But the probability is it's going to be shit because they've already established the game.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Steve Cossaboom. Hello, Steve. Marathoning.
They're called Snickers over here.
Yes. Snickering TOS and TNG refreshes the palette.
It does. It really does. I mean, you know what I watched a couple of days ago? It was on YouTube. The pilot of Dempsey and Makepeace.
Oh, it's great. It's
I
Dempsey
watched it,
Makepeace.
and you know what?
Fantastic.
It really is
fantastic.
good. Yes. So as I'm
It's
saying,
fantastic.
old shows make me smile now. I can't watch this crap that they're producing. I really can't.
Ego Manuel says, I've seen episode 2 of Masters of the Air, and I like it more now. I am very impressed by the level of detail and authenticity that went into the show.
Is this one of your soccer accounts, Brown?
I think it is.
Must be.
Listen, Manuel, I like it. If you like
But
it, that's good enough for me. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But the thing is that if he likes it, that's great because it's not as far as I could tell,
Oh,
it
yes.
wasn't woke, that's for sure. So you know what I mean. So enjoy it. But
I
didn't
think
like
it just suffered, as we said on Sunday, it suffered from the 2020 current day filming
Tropes. Yeah, the visual
Yeah.
tropes.
Yeah. If it had been shot like Band of Brothers, I think it'd have been pretty fucking good, to be fair. But there you go.
Mm.
Okay, shall we transport out of here? Do you see what I did there?
Energize.
Energize.
Beam me up.
To a mirror universe, folks.
Oh,
Who saw this?
No, I'm not interested.
why?
Don't
Break.
Why?
Section
care.
31 is filming and
Don't care.
casts. Blah blah
Don't
blah.
care.
Blah blah blah. Starring Michelle Yeoh. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
Don't watch
Task-
it.
Blah blah
Nope.
blah.
Nope.
Tasked with protecting the United Federations of Planets, Giorgio also must face
A white
Kurtzman.
man.
patriarchy.
Everybody, listen to me in the chat. Do not watch
No.
this show.
Do
Do
no
not
interest
watch
in
it.
this.
Seriously, if you watch it, you're helping them. Don't
I-
watch it.
Michelle Yeoh is so incredibly talented.
She is.
She's also just a really kind and, by all accounts, really good person. I hate that they are wasting her like this
Oscar winner.
on this
Is she an Oscar winner
on this
now?
dreadful crap. I love Deep Space Nine. Section 31 was a really dumb idea. I don't like it at all.
This
And-
only. Oh, sorry. man.
Ugh, no, just making a whole show
go on,
about it.
Vince.
I
Go on,
don't
Vince.
care.
Go on,
I
go on,
don't
go on.
care. I don't
Go on,
care. I don't
Vince.
want anything more from Kurtzman. He can just off and never come back. Okay.
How many
Um,
times could you be disappointed? How many times could you have this crap shoved in your face and you shrugging your shoulders? How many times could you be hopeful of a show, of a remake, of a remake,
Ooh.
of a redo, of a whatever? How many times could you be disappointed? Do not watch this show. The Mega Geek has spoken. Don't bloody watch this show. Seriously.
Well,
Walk
sure, he's abused me multiple times, but this time he's going to change. This time it's different. No, it's not.
Exactly.
I think the all-inclusive rainbow clapperboard is a dead giveaway.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, that is.
I've got a clapperboard like that.
Is it rainbow coloured though?
Yeah, well, it's not.
It's intentional.
Yeah,
No,
there's
yeah,
Pantone
it's-
colors
yeah.
there that you use to color
Yeah.
correct your.
That's right.
your
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Color
yeah.
correction.
Yeah. You usually have a grey one, usually grey one for white balancing and stuff. So,
Right.
You can't do white balancing anymore. Is it black balancing?
Yeah.
Well, it can if you just
I'm
balance it
alright.
out.
Diversity and inclusion balancing.
Yes.
Mhm.
You just want to make sure you don't crush the blacks when you're working on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, everything hinges on it, as you can see from that particular clapperboard.
In the chat, Mega Geek has spoken.
I have.
Until
Don't
more
watch it.
weed rolls by.
Seriously.
They are only making this because she won the Oscar, isn't it?
No, they're making it because they want to shove more of their religion down our throats using the stuff that we love. And the more people realize that, the better it is for society.
I think this is only getting made because it's contractual. I'll be honest. I think there was originally supposed to be a series of
Movies
Section
now, aren't they?
31 starring her, and now it's only down to just a movie. I think that there was probably a contract there. She was told she was going to get her own show, and they managed somehow to work it down to, okay, we'll make this one movie. I know that Kurtzman has been real hot on this idea, but apparently this
Oh, he's got
is
a
not.
boner
so-
for it, yeah.
yeah.
Average British nerd in the bin, Brown. Yes, I'm streaming from the bin as we speak.
Can we also not forget that this character has the mind of a genocidal maniac?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's a woman, so that's fine,
No, no, it isn't fine.
isn't it?
No,
Why not? I thought it was.
no.
Redemption
it's not.
arc.
No. She kills people.
That's right.
But are they the right people, Z?
No, they
Yeah, but
weren't
she's
the right
misunderstood.
people. They were
Oh, that's
basically
disappointing.
people who just got in her way.
Well, those are the people that have to be killed. It's understandable.
What kind of message are they trying to send to our kids?
It's all made to raise the sale price of Paramount.
I think that I mean I absolutely agree that there's a contractual component here,
we
but
wish
I
it.
think the other thing is that these clowns they don't know why the original Star Trek worked. They don't know why the things that they make are failing. And so they just jump from thing to thing. Well, that didn't work. It must not be that they want to see this thing. Maybe if we just mix the toys around a little bit, then they'll like that, right? They have no understanding of what good story is. They have no idea of what the heritage of Star Trek is and why it has a fan base. They have no idea why it didn't work because everybody that they know agrees with them that this is how you're supposed to do a thing. And when it doesn't work, they are at a complete loss. You see the same thing with Lucasfilm and Marvel, where look, everybody that I know says that this is great. Let's blame the fans because we can't figure out what our problem is. And they'll just jump from stupid idea to stupid idea because they're stupid people.
We hired writers that checked all the right boxes. Why can't we write anything good?
But if you watched Gary's video yesterday, there are talented writers who are sat at home,
Yep.
can't get jobs because they're not the right boxes. They're basically
They're
white and male.
not the right age. They're not the right color. They haven't identified as the right genders, and so yeah, they are talented. They're experienced writers who should be in writers' rooms, helping to drive these shows in better directions, drive films in better directions. But they're not being hired.
But the
Because
people that are
they're
being
not right.
hired to do the hiring, okay,
Mm-hmm.
their education and everybody that they're around have told them that a white male cannot write for a woman, and certainly can't
What?
write for a woman of a different ethnicity, right?
What?
All of the grievance studies courses that they had to take in freshman and sophomore university, and certainly if they went through and got English degrees, they saw it a lot more than that. Everything that they've been told about how the world works is wrong, but they then went into an industry where all those other people agree and reinforce it. And so they are necessarily acting out the education that they have received and they're getting shit results, and they don't know why.
They don't get it. They don't understand why it's not working.
I'm
Right.
going
They're in a
to pick you
circle
up
of
there
praise.
if I may. May I pick you up there? You can't say fresh man anymore. It's fresh they them.
Do you know what? Right,
It's
they
first
do.
year.
Moving on.
They do know why it's not working. They
Killed
do.
everybody. Sorry.
They do know why it's not working. They just
they fuck?
refuse. They do, and they know it's failing, right? But again, they've been given money to rinse and repeat, right? And that's all they're interested in, really, is rinse and repeat and trying to get the message out there. I'm telling you, that's all they care about. Stop watching, everybody. Just stop watching.
Ego Swap Shop or Emperor Kipling. Pale and male equals stale. Since he only gets one strike, does that mean the Mega Geek is safe?
Hey, what?
Oh, it's that's part of the discussion about the ESG and DEI requirements
thinking
for the
man's
writers.
joke, Ian. It's a thinking man's joke.
It's got a bit of a meme going around, the pale and male.
Ian, you'll always have a safe space here, my friend.
Don't care. I really don't care. I had an argument with my next door neighbor about all this crap at one point. She was just talking bollocks. Yeah, I was like, you know what? You know, why don't you just go home?
Fight the power.
just go home and leave me alone. I just don't want to hear it.
See, I like jokes like this. Princess Fiona, there are 5 lights.
Yeah. Nope, there's only 4.
5. 5.
And you know what, right? According to some actors I know in LA, a lot of them say that a lot of the big stars that are working in Hollywood today, especially for this woke nonsense,
Wankers,
they actually don't believe in it. They're only doing it for the money. And I don't blame them. I don't blame Michelle Yeoh taking this thing. There's no way Michelle Yeoh is going to believe that all what Hollywood is doing is proper and right. Absolutely no, unless she's demented, you know.
If when you shout somebody and go, yo, when you see somebody, what do you do with Michelle Yeoh? Do you go, yo?
You just go, Mish. That's what you
do. Yo.
Sorry, I'm being stupid.
Do you know what? Right, I was shooting something on last week Thursday, and there was meant to be this scene in it where this girl gets shot, so we had to put a marker on her dress. The effects could anyway. So I went to put the marker in her, and she just basically
in her.
No, on her dress.
What?
I was going to put a marker on her dress, like a sticker, so that the special effects guy can follow can track it. And she said, "Don't touch me." Right. So I said, "Oh, fine." So I gave her the stick and she put it on. Towards the end of the day, when everybody was leaving, she was hugging everyone. She came to hug me and I said, "Don't touch me." And she gave me a look and she walked off. So
good for you, mate.
You know what? It works both ways, right? It works
good for the goose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have no problem holding people to the rules that they wish to use on others. And boy, did they not like that at all.
Ian, I'm proud of you.
Well, you don't have to be proud of me. She's probably going to tell everybody I'm an arse, but such is life.
We know
right?
you're an arse.
Yeah, that's separate and apart from that whole conversation you had with him.
Thanks, boys.
Ego, Tim's talk. The Jedi. This is honestly the Jedi rule is the most cringe one. Fuck. They think they're clever as well, don't they? There are 4 lights.
Well, again, when you're surrounded by idiots, it's like being the best-looking girl in the leper colony. To be the smartest person in Hollywood is no achievement and no compliment.
Dr. Iceman is in everybody. Touching, what's that? Fucking hell, I've forgotten as well. Ian David Dias.
It's a Z. D-I-A-Z. Dias. Yeah, he's calling me an ass. Oh
no. Yes. He's the ass.
Oh dear.
Nameless no name. Using the old put a sticker on touch your boob trick.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't anywhere around that area. It was basically on her belly.
Careful.
Basically. So I was going to put a sticker on her belly because it was fast if I just put it on her. And then she was really well. I mean, I get it. She doesn't want to be touched, right? I get it, but it's the way she said it. You know, you can be a dick about things, you know, and she was complete dick. The way she said it. So I didn't say anything. I was just waiting for her to try and hug me at the end, and I just said, "Don't touch me." And she looked at me like I was a piece of shit and walked off. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's ridiculous now that that I have to ask permission just to stick a sticker on someone's dress. It's ridiculous.
Was it one of your productions or
no,
for your work?
No, it was for my work. It's for my work. So there you go.
No, that's not good, is it?
Yeah. No, because the people I work for in my production, they're nice. They're nice people. You know, I don't. You know, I'm responsible for it. I pick the people I want to work with, but you know,
well, not
my
her anymore,
job,
obviously.
My corporate job, I can't, can I? So,
here you go, Dommy. If she didn't want to be touched, then why was she hugging
exactly
well,
my point.
As Bruin likes to say, sheer double standard.
It is
right.
It is.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Exactly. You know, just.
Well, the great thing about double standards is you have more than one.
Yeah,
but you know, do you know, good. Right? Usually things like that, you know, wash over me. But it was the way she said it, though. It was like I was like some kind of pervy perv. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all I want to do is just put a sticker on her dress, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, you know, and everybody looked at her when she said it. I was, you know, it was like I was some kind of pervy perv or something. It was ridiculous. So yeah, so I had to teach her a lesson at the end. And I'm not going to hire her again. Well, I'm going to tell the boss. Put it
Ostman's Lounge. Ian Davis. Suggandy's nuts. One rule for them, another rule whatever. It's double fucking standards. Okay, shall we move on? We're not going to be watching Section 31, are we?
No, well, I'm not.
Not even a minute of it. No,
I think Doomcock will be going fucking ballistic with this, by the way. Okay. We're getting close, folks. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close.
How do you pronounce his name again?
Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
We need the uninspired.
Dennis Villeneuve says.
Dennis Villeneuve.
Dennis.
Denis Messier will be his final Dunay film.
Denis Messier, isn't he a soccer player or something?
If he gets green lit.
He is, yeah. I think he's with Manchester City.
I'm surprised to see him get into film.
Here you go, they're all doing it.
Who was that cat fella? Who was the guy kept correcting us? The French guy.
It's uninspired reviewer. I love that guy.
He always makes me laugh when he does that.
Yeah.
Dennis Newhouse.
Yeah.
As part of the cine, this is the UK folks. As part of the sci-fi season, Dune, or is it June, is out, I think, on Friday for one day at Cineworld, the original, on 4DX.
I could see them queuing around the block for that one.
That's the first one, by the way.
Yes, I'm saying. What a waste of time, seriously.
I can't see why. I would go see it, but it's on 4DX, and I've seen the film, and I can't understand why I'd want to watch it on 4DX.
4DX is only good for like comedy, like kids films and stuff. I went to see Mario in 4DX, and the kids loved it. I had a whale of a time. I did when I was watching it.
Yeah, I saw Deadpool on 4DX.
How did you?
They just got it, the system. And I got an upgrade for free, and it was okay. It's pretty good.
Costs a lot of money, actually.
Yeah.
More
here you go.
to do 4DX.
4DX is shit. Here you go. Sword in the Storm. What is 4DX, Ian?
Basically, it's It's basically tries to immerse you into the film. So, for instance, if a ship is flying, your chair will move with the same speed as the ship. So if the ship turns left, the chair will move slightly. And also they add, like if there's water sprays at you, smoke comes out the screen if there's smoke in the film, and that kind of thing. So they try to immerse you into the film by shaking your chair, and sound effects and smoke and water spraying at you and all that kind of nonsense.
I would say if you ever get the chance to see Titanic on 4DX, don't, because you'll sink without trace, folks.
Personally, I prefer not to have fluids sprayed on me while I'm in the theater.
Yeah,
it depends on the theater, doesn't it?
You can turn it off though, because there's a switch on the chair where you can press no spray and stuff. So, but people, I mean, as I said, it's only good for a few films, but not for every film.
I'd say anything kind of space related with spaceships, 4DX would be fantastic. Amelia Bedelia, I had a boyfriend who was 4DX.
If it's a space film, do they suck all the air out of the room so that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is like 1950s Feel-O-Vision or something.
Yes, but it's you know, have you ever been to Madame Tussauds? They have that Marvel before 4DX. They had that Marvel thing, didn't they? It was like a cartoon where it used to do all that, where the chair used to shake, and 3D. So it was like a special cartoon, Marvel cartoon, where it had 3D and also had your chair shaking and things being sprayed at you and stuff like that. And Cineworld just took it and called it 4DX. So
here you go, Wayfarer Project. Hello, my friend. Oppenheimer in 4DX might be a little hot.
yeah.
Eggs Beatty, are the films in 3D at 4DX?
Yeah, some are.
Some are, yes. I
Rogue One I saw in 3D and 4DX, and it was
that
very
might be quite good, actually.
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
Yeah,
in 4DX.
Yeah, Manuela's got it.
Screen X is shit. I totally agree. So you know what Screen X is, right? So basically, it's the screen in front of you, and then in certain shots, they have the screen. They have projections at the side of you to make the shot look wider. It's really rubbish. There's no point in that. Yeah.
Well, this was the original Epcot with the Michael Jackson video. That was originally, it had motion and different scents and wind and stuff like that, and then they couldn't keep it rolling, so they couldn't keep it going, so they ended up killing it.
Sly Jester, I lost my leg watching Jaws 4DX. Thinking man's joke. I like that. Is it all?
Yep, chat's got it. Kentucky Fried Movie did this long ago.
They did, yeah.
Yep.
Smell-O-Vision.
It was Feel-O-Vision, Feel Around, yeah. And then the next movie would be Deep Throat, and the guy ran screaming out of the theater, yeah.
Okay, quickly going back to this then. They're going to greenlight Dune Messiah, aren't they?
Pretty likely.
We'll see how Dune 2.
Oh, yeah. Is it? It's going to make a ton of money, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No, it's not. It's going to flop.
It's
going to flop.
I don't have good feelings about.
Yeah, I can't really make a prediction on this one because I'll be honest. The part 2 should be much more interesting, much more fun for a lot of viewers who would go see it than the first one. The first one is a lot of setup. It is admittedly kind of slow. The second one is going to have most of the action from the book.
I hope I'm completely wrong, but I just got this strange
feeling. I hope you are.
It's gonna be a big flop.
Zendaya is the problem for me.
I think the amount of money they spent on this film and the first film, I think it's gonna end up, people are gonna say it's a flop because it didn't make its money back.
Well, we are in an age. We are in an age of the flop buster.
Well, to be fair, the original blockbusters were bombs too, so why not?
Yeah. The good ones weren't, though.
No, I mean the original blockbuster from World War II was a big bomb. Yes.
Oh, I get it.
Very good. Z, any feelings on this? What do we think?
He's gone to the loo.
I'm going to
Uncle
watch
Owen
it at the cinema. That's
You
for
are
sure.
going to.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not enthusiastic about it. There was a lot of world building in the first film, and that is essential for the second half of the story.
Yeah.
I just hope it all pans out. I'd love a third.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find out in a month, folks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think probably Denise probably right in wanting to stop with Dune Messiah. I'm the further you get into those books, the more and more difficult it would be to tell a story that's going to be interesting to a general audience. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a heavy enough lift just to do
Oh.
Dune.
yeah,
I don't think Zendaya's got enough acting chops to pull it off.
Well, I just think a lot of people. I know a lot of people that saw the first one and they didn't like it because they said it was boring. So that's the thing, you know. Your first impressions is always a thing. So if a lot of people thought the first one was boring, they might not return for the second one.
I think Zendaya's going to sink it, but there you go. That's just me. I'm just toxic. Melvin Deeply, Chalamet. The problem for me, what a shitty chosen one. Wouldn't choose him to park me car.
Thing is, though, it's really hard. I mean, it's really hard to cast someone in this role because it's such a well-known character. The people that read all the books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're never going to please everyone. It doesn't matter who you cast. You're never going to like casting Superman or casting James Bond. People are always going to be against it, no matter what you do. So, I thought he was okay in the first one.
Well, are they pleasing the knobheads by casting Zendaya?
I don't know. I mean, I think
Tick
she's
them boxes, baby.
I think this thing has enough heavy lifting to do.
Yeah.
You know, separate and apart from any ESG or DEI stuff. I mean, even free from that, this is taking on a pretty hard project. You know, the thing about Dune is yes, it's beloved amongst sci-fi geeks, but that's not a huge audience, as Star Trek has repeatedly discovered when releasing movies. That they think the studios think that Star Trek is the same as Star Wars. It's not. There's a much smaller audience for old school Star Trek and its idea of science fiction than there is for kind of a space fantasy, which is what Star Wars is. And Dune is even more select in who is going to go see it, and the kind of fervor that fans of the books have is they have already, you know, they spent decades envisioning how it would all look in their heads. It's really hard to please an audience like that with a movie.
That's true.
Right, to match up with their imagination.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very, very true.
I like a lot of the choices Villeneuve made in the first film, though, in some of the ways that he translated some of the different ideas. He took some of the ideas from the Lynch film from the 80s and kind of adopted those and brought those into certain designs and things to make it look kind of familiar to some people who would have seen that film. And at the same time, you know, moved away from a lot of those ideas to use the technology that we have now to build things like the thopters that they fly around in, to really make those something more akin to what was described in the books. So I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for it. I want to see it.
I am.
I hope it's good. I
don't want to be disappointed. Please, Dennis.
Denis Villeneuve.
Call him Denny.
Come on, Den. Don't disappoint us, for fuck's sake. Okay. Should we move on?
Yes,
Move
have
along.
some.
Move along.
Oh God, go back, go back.
Anywhere but that.
Star Wars lead Daisy Ridley stands behind Rey Kylo Ren kiss in Rise of Skywalker. It was a goodbye, so that felt earned.
Nothing in any of that shit was earned.
Hey,
this guy was trying
derision.
to kill you. He was trying to kill you, and then you kiss him. Like, ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous.
I think I've triggered the chat with this. Sorry.
What a load of rubbish. And the guy's ugly too, so
Well, he's
God,
in
the
the chat.
Raylos must be going mental.
Oh,
Yeah, this is a bog too far.
It is really.
I don't know.
So much
Anonymous.
cringe.
Anonymous.
Is that a bridge too far?
It's after you get off the bridge, you get into the bog.
Anonymous. It's been a while since I've done this. Anonymous bastard. Where's the French maid uniform?
Kylo's wearing it under that
cape.
Yeah.
I don't like saying that. Bastard.
Bastard.
Should we just move on? Because it is fucking
Yeah.
shite.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes,
It's just
this
utter.
Moving on.
This should have been the in the bin.
Yep. The good
Sorry,
news
folks.
is. Oh, go ahead.
Well, shall we do it on Sunday?
Do one
Just
Sunday.
forget. Shall we just forget we've done this slide this evening?
Did this happen? I don't remember.
I can't
any of
remember.
this.
I
mean, we were
Move
talking
along,
about
nothing to
Dune, and
see.
then there was some sort of glitch, and then
Nothing to
it's in
see.
finally. Thank God.
nothing to
finally.
see. Okay. Sorry. I need to get rid of my bins. Sorry, bear with me.
He's doing
Okay.
bin.
I can't remember what was last. What was last?
Don't
The
know.
final thing.
Family.
Family.
There you go.
And finally.
Fiend.
I've got 20 minutes to fill, folks. So, Don Ranger Power at Mr. Paralyzes me. It's okay if you despise what I love, and the other way around.
It's true.
Thank you, my friend. I know you like Power Rangers. People don't like Power Rangers. I like June. Or is it Dune? People don't like June. It's good to have differences and be polite about it.
We've
Don't
got
you
to
think-
celebrate our differences.
Sis.
The only thing I
No,
liked
not
about
anymore.
Power
Now
Rangers,
you must agree with everything that I say, otherwise you are an oppressor.
the only thing I liked about the Power Rangers is the Pink Ranger, and that's about it, really.
We will be sending Don Ranger Power to the Cobalt mines for wrong think.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Okay, so speaking of wrong think, or is it right think?
Left
Who,
think.
who saw this? This was today, folks. J.K. Rowling. Scripts
Ink Black Heart.
for TV series of Harriet Potter.
Harriet Potter. Yep.
But
What
not
this?
one that she wrote, because it's based on the novel by Robert Galbraith.
That's her pen name.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
that shows how much I care.
What's
think
what?
this
What?
is,
Sorry, what is this?
I think it's a spin-off from another book series.
Oh, is it a TV show?
It
I think
looks
so,
like that.
yeah.
It's got episode 1 on the front, so I'm
Yeah,
guessing it
this-
is.
This is
I
this.
see.
It didn't stop George Lucas.
The script looks pretty short. Is it 2 minutes each episode?
Oh my
Is it
God!
2
Look
minutes?
at the warning on the front page.
What's it say?
Please note that this script contains some challenging themes and scenes
Oh.
which reference violence and death.
Oh no,
Yes.
that's not so bad.
Yeah. So this is a crime novel that she wrote under the pseudonym. Then looks like making a series out of it. So
And
Oh,
you're
so it's
telling me
not
that a
Potter.
crime novel may have violence and scenes of death? How shocking!
JK.
fascinating.
Oh well, I hope it's good. At least it's something original,
Yeah.
or is it?
I don't know.
Well.
Probably. I
Well,
want to
if
say
it's,
good night, Don Ranger Power. Thanks, mate.
Go
the
go
Twitter
Power
mob
Rangers!
Boycott this as much as they did Hogwarts Legacy. It should be a roaring success.
Yeah,
Yeah, huge hit.
Yeah,
that was a massive failure. That game, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh,
true.
yes.
Just cratered.
Yeah.
Nobody bought that thing.
She is quite hot, actually, as a mature woman.
She's married though, mate.
Damn it,
She's
Janet.
also a bit crazy. She just happens to not be crazy enough for.
She's
current
not
Twitter.
crazy in the right way.
Yeah. Well, she's 99% there. It's just that last 1% that we must burn her at the stake for.
Melvin Deeply, the Strike books are already a series. It's called Strike. Been out a few years. Yeah.
Interested.
Drew Gordon, it's Moaning Martel's origin story. What this? I know nothing about. Is it Harry Potter?
Oh no.
I don't
Moaning
know.
Myrtle is a Harry Potter character. Yes,
Because
she's a ghost who was killed in Hogwarts, and so yeah, this joking that this crime novel, I guess, would be her origin story, how she got killed.
I'm anonymous bastard. I'm not going to read it out, but you can. I'll just leave it there for a second.
Mm.
Certain Twitter sites said known buzzword,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
which I thought,
That's journalistic integrity for you.
Two words
Absolutely.
that do not go together well of late.
I'm yet to locate a transphobic thing that J.K. Rowling has actually said.
apparently so, yeah.
What the juice?
What the juice?
Well, again, it's the how do we redefine words to mean what we want so that we
Yes.
may be properly aggrieved and outraged.
It's a black and white picture, yes, and it says the ink black heart.
Shouldn't it be a black picture?
I don't know.
Well, at least the Heartwood should be.
Oh well, move along.
Yes.
Just like what are we
well,
watching
that's
this
it
for? How is it? Well, 20 minutes. We've got 20 minutes, right?
Okay,
Talk about nonsense.
we
All right,
have got 15 minutes to fill, folks. Anything
Who
you want?
has watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, the trailer for new Guy Ritchie movie?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
yeah.
I've seen it. It looks all right.
I thought it
Yeah.
looked like an actual proper romp.
Yeah, it did
And
look.
I'm much more infused for that than I was for Argylle.
Yes.
It does look very interesting. Definitely, I'm not a huge Guy Ritchie fan, but it does look fun. It does look like it has some really interesting parts in it. I'm kind of interested to see that one. So
And Henry Cavill is suitable as a
Oh, yes.
homicidal maniac. So,
He keeps sticking his tongue out, doesn't he? For some reason,
Yeah, what's that about?
don't know.
Well, you have to watch the movie to find out.
Absolutely.
I know that
Well,
Vex will be
thanks for
happy to
this.
see it.
Oh, she was gushing, wasn't she?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's calmed down as a director now. I mean, anybody watched what is it? That Disney film he directed, which I can't remember. That was one with the genie and
The
Will Smith.
Dylan Mulvaney story.
No,
No,
the live action version of Aladdin.
version of Aladdin. Yeah, that didn't have any of his tropes in. It didn't have any of his directional flares in there. It was just very flat and directed competently. So, maybe he's getting better as a director and not relying so much on the editor. So you never know.
Wrath of Man was solid.
No, it was boring. Yeah, I thought it was boring, but there you go.
Here you go, Z, one for you, mates. Do you want to read it?
I most certainly do. Archer Collins says, at Zee-ThreePIO, the trailer reminds me of the SAS Rogue Hero series. Yes, exactly. It was very much like that, and it had that same sort of energy to it. I believe it's about the first SOE mission, a remake of the Seawolves, I think.
Nice.
Seawolves, I remember that film.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
God,
a
that's
good film,
going
that.
back a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same people that made Wild Geese, wasn't it?
Yeah,
same
that's a
company.
good movie. Wild Geese, everybody check it out. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Wild Geese. Wild Geese is a good film.
The Gentleman was good. Yeah, I think it was
It was
fun.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be making a series out of that. are
Yeah,
they not?
series on the way. Yeah. Roger Moore is the man. Yeah, he was in.
Wild Geese.
Yeah, it was. But it was Richard Burton and what's his name? Richard Harris.
Yeah.
Richard
They
Harris.
were basically
Yes.
the stars, weren't they?
Yeah.
Stuart Granger was in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were all in it, effectively. Dr. Iceman, Guy Ritchie's The Covenant was one OG
Of
I haven't seen it.
greatest of the best films of last year.
Haven't
Is it
seen
good?
it. Anybody seen it?
I did not
No.
see it
Iceman
coming.
has.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
not seen
Iceman.
that one.
No.
I think it was fairly well received, though. I just, like I said, I'm not a real huge fan of Guy Ritchie, so it's not one that I probably would pick up.
What about Man from? You can't do. Can you do
That
this
was
anymore?
terrible. that version of Man from Uncle was absolutely awful. Didn't even have the famous theme. It's like having a Bond film without the famous theme. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Seawolves. I like the Seawolves actually. It was a measured film. It wasn't action all the way, but it was very measured, and the actors that had in it was very good.
Arch Colin, I recently discovered that Wild Geese. Was that Mike? Oh, mercenaries were called in Congo in the 60s. Yes. No?
No. It wasn't the 60s in Wild Geese. It was the 70s.
No, he's talking about the actual name Wild Geese is what those mercenaries were called in Congo.
Here you go, Swap Shop. Who remembers Who Dares Wins with Louis Bodie Collins?
Yeah.
It was the problem with that film was the pacing, terrible pacing, but when you got to the ending, it was kind of worth it.
Yeah.
Gavin Blackburn, there is a good free Roger Moore film on YouTube, North Sea Hijack. Gavin, do you want to post the link? I do believe you're a mod.
Has anybody seen North Sea Hijack? They were actually suggesting that the Roger Moore character was gay because he didn't like women. Anybody seen it?
No. Maybe you'd have to describe the plot.
No, because at the end, he literally says it in the film. He doesn't like women.
Wait a minute. You want the plot for North Sea Hijack?
Yeah. Other than there's
I think it's a hijack
in the
that
North
takes
Sea.
place.
Yes.
Might just
well,
be.
the plot for the Wild Geese is not going to involve someone trying to go hunting for geese and perhaps have Christmas early.
Yeah.
The twist is that it's actually in the South Seas.
Here you go, folks.
Expectations subverted.
Dr. Iceman. I highly recommend The Covenant.
It's on Prime. I'll give
It's
it a
on
look
Prime.
then. I'll give it a look. So, not a big fan of the modern films today. What did I watch?
I don't know. What did you watch?
I'm just trying to think. I haven't watched anything lately.
Well, you watched it, not me.
I don't know.
Everybody excited about the Apple Vision Pro coming out at the end of the week? Doesn't that look like
is
it's
that
going to be
out?
revolutionary?
What is it?
Oh, that's their new augmented reality headset thing. Spatial computing, as they call it.
That's when they will finally have control of you.
Well, not at that price point. They won't.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. $3,600 to start. Yeah.
What was that film? They had a film. I can't remember. It was a sci-fi film where everybody had the VR thing on them, and they were all on beds and stuff because
racist.
It was a better world in the VR than it was in real life. I can't remember what film it was. It was really depressing as well.
Ready Player One.
It might have been,
there's a few movies that have had kind of similar ideas there.
There's also a video game that's based on that, except much closer to Brave New World, where you have to take the happiness drugs. It's We Happy Few.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Gavin's posted the link for that North Sea Hijack. Yeah.
Roger Moore with a beard.
Yeah. Isn't Ready Player One going to be made a TV series?
I hope not, 'cause it's a terrible idea.
Or was it a video game, or did I just completely...
It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea to make into a film. It's awful.
Yeah, we are in the Matrix. The Matrix is just around the corner, folks.
And Spielberg directed it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I just say the film adaptation was pretty dreadful.
It was. The thing that really bothered me was you couldn't figure out what was going on when they were driving their cars and stuff. You thought one of the heroes got crashed, but it wasn't. It was it was this other car, and it was very confusing. The action in it. So.
I mean, I guess there is a certain amount of prescience in Ready Player One because it too is built on a huge amount of 80s nostalgia, which also seems to be all of current modern day entertainment. Let's go back to the nostalgia mines and see what we can dig up this time.
I suppose it's better than the cobalt mines.
Yeah, let's go back to when entertainment was good and try that.
Yeah, and if we just puppeteer that somehow, it just keeps being shit. Maybe we're just not getting it right. If we just get the right combination of images together, then that will be success.
Here you go, folks. Dr. Iceman says, I can't remember the last good sci-fi movie I watched. Anybody?
I mean, Ex Machina is one that hops
hated
up,
that
but God,
film.
that's got to be like 10 plus years
Hated
ago.
that film. Hated it. And went to see it in the cinema. I was like, what the fuck is this about? It's just absolutely nonsense. British nonsense. That's what it was.
No, it's a very deep sci-fi movie.
Creator.
Moon is another one that I would
Moon.
say.
I hate that one even more.
Yeah, Ian. Okay, so there's not enough explosions, and my God, are you on TikTok all the time now? For God's sakes, man!
It's not that. It's not that. It was dull. Moon was
I enjoyed
dull.
it. I enjoyed it for
Right,
it.
it's supposed to make you think. Right, that's
why I hated it.
that's always been the key to good sci-fi movies instead of just space fantasy things.
I was thinking
Ian-
of getting some more popcorn.
Ian,
Halfway
yeah,
through the film.
You're
Ian,
thinking about getting a refund?
Ian, go. I think you should go to Cineworld next week and watch 2001, mate.
2001. Yeah,
It's on
maybe I
next
will.
week at Cineworld.
Is it? Maybe I will. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Here you go. Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah, it was a good movie.
It was all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there have been better series,
Guardians of
sci-fi
the Galaxy.
series than of late than movies. I mean, The Expanse was a good
Dread.
sci-fi
Yes, it was.
series.
Dread.
Yeah. Dread was okay. I liked that.
Yeah, I don't know that I would throw that in sci-fi, but
Pandorum was good. Yeah, I went to see that. Nobody went to see it, but it was really good.
I did
German
not see
horror
that.
sci-fi is really good.
Really wanted the creator to be
Dread.
good, but
It wasn't very good. I'll tell you what was good.
Disappointed.
Mother. That was on Netflix. Or
Oh,
Amazon?
that one.
I like
It's
that
an
one.
interesting premise, but boy, does it kind of hit some low spots, and then
does,
the
yeah.
ending is what
Give-
the fuck is this?
Give us Dread 2, you assholes.
That's true. Yeah. Well, not now, not right now. No, let's wait until Hollywood has regained sanity. Then you can give us.
Here you
that.
go. This is hot news this week. Nameless No Name. Rogue Trooper film, anybody? Z, what do you reckon?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's an animated movie. But this was announced several years ago along with the Dread TV series, and very little has been heard since. So, yeah, Rogue Trooper was actually my favourite character in 2000 AD in the 80s. And I've got a set of biochips somewhere in my office.
I
Did
do
you see
like
all-
Strommy Dog. Strommy Dog they should have made into a film. That would have been
Did you
good.
did you see all the what's his name? David Bowie's son, who directed Moon.
Yeah. I wonder how he got that job.
My brain's giving up on me. Who is it? Even Duncan
Dunkin'
Donuts.
Jones.
Dunkin'
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. Apparently, filming's wrapped, hasn't it?
On what?
Rogue Trooper.
Oh, for God's sakes, I don't care.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. Have you got it? Hayley Atwell is in it as well.
She is.
Oh, might go and see it then. Haley Atwell.
You say it's
going to
animated.
be animated though, right? Yeah, I think it's.
I don't
those
get
are
it.
just
I don't-
voice
I
acting.
don't
Yeah,
get it.
unless her
I'm
breasts
confused.
are doing some of the voice acting.
I'm
I don't know.
confused.
Yeah, that's my understanding. It is going to be an animated, 3D animated film.
Have they done like or was it mocap stuff then, or I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, they only announced the
Don't
cast
know.
a few days ago, so I don't think they've done much.
Well, yeah,
anything.
I read a tweet yesterday saying principal photography's been completed out next year.
There are
I'm
only a few,
confused.
there are only a few films that I've seen recently that that I enjoyed. Has anybody seen the film called He Never Died? No.
Negative.
Oh,
It's
the
really good.
the one with Phoenix, Joaquin.
No.
Wacky.
No.
Joaquin.
It's an independent
Wacky.
film. If you ever come across it, it's really good. It's really worth your time.
See, I like jokes like this. Dunkin' Donuts.
Is it Junkin' Donuts or Dunkin' Donuts?
Very good.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, I think that's it, folks. In fact, I know it's it. Okay, so it was kind of last moment, folks, but you kind of knew we were going to be here. So that's it, folks. So chats, you are wonderful. Thank you for turning up and listening to us just
Talk rubbish.
getting angry. I think. Sorry, Ian getting angry. But who can blame him? I think. I think it's fucked everybody.
It's fucked.
Yeah, I just, with what I've read and with what Gary said on his video, I don't think we're getting our entertainment back anytime soon. But that's just me. So on that bombshell, chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the super chats. We will see you next time. I will thank the guests, Professor Artoo. Cheers, my friend.
Well, thanks for having me. Always
Great
fun
to
to
have you
be
on,
on.
mate.
Great to be on with all these great panelists. Great to see you, everybody in the chat. Hey, what do I have to plug? But I guess Friday nights, B-sides.
Yes.
We get to see our friends over there. Get to see a classic piece of cinema that Adam has picked out to watch, and you get to hear Emperor complain about his dysfunctional cocks.
That's true.
Why, before we go, why don't you post the link to the channel in the chat so the peeps know?
Good do. Adam can do
Emperor
that.
Goodwin. Thank you, my lord.
Thank you. And in addition to the normal B-sides hilarity, Adam Gray and I will be on Cannoli's stream reviewing
Slagging.
Blazing Saddles,
Oh, great
Wow.
film.
which
Great
we
film.
are eminently qualified to do so.
Wow.
It's Headley.
It's Headley.
Headley. Yeah. Brilliant
Get that
film.
link posted quickly.
Absolutely brilliant.
Zee-ThreePIO. Thank you, my friend.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit.
It is the only way to be
way
sure.
Why not?
mate. Yeah, it's the only way to be sure.
Why not?
And last but by no means least, he's the wise elder of the channel. Very animated this evening because I think he's had enough. It is the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz.
No worries, guys. No worries. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's it, folks. There's a channel link, everybody.
Dun, dun, dun.
Far too late for me, even for me. 2 a.m. UK time.
Yeah,
too
man.
late.
Was
Too
my
late.
understanding it's 3 a.m. eternal, according to the KLF, but I guess it's been a while.
That's it then, folks. We are out of here. We're going to be back at the weekend. We should do some films, shouldn't we, Ian?
Should
We should, and we're still waiting for the men and women, hot men and women one.
I'm going to ask if Swappers can do the research for the photographs for those, because I think
he's gonna want to do that.
because I think he's the man to do that.
But the thing is, though, it has to be men and women.
We're going to do the men as well. We're going to do hot men as well. Yes.
No, you have to do it together. You have to do it together.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
Yeah,
what a good idea. And on that bombshell, we're out of here. So take care, everybody. We'll see you at the weekend.
Ta-da.
Take care. Tell you about
Bye.
Timing.
timing.